Hello and good morning. This is Scott. Welcome to Tuesday and to the meditation live stream. I hope that you are well and that you are in a good space. I'm doing pretty good, and here on my channel I like to give a brief talk before we get into the guided practice. Today we'll go for about a half an hour. And if you're new to my channel, we work with the different aspects and dimensions of ourselves. We work with our body, our emotion, our mind, and our relationships. And we use awareness to help integrate those spaces in us. And when we integrate these dimensions of our being, we have more wholeness, more access to how things are. And from there can make better decisions in life. So, over the last week I talked a little bit about different things, such as the sort of the reasoning behind doing this work. And sometimes, people may wonder why working with the emotions are important, and aren't emotions, something we should get rid of, or why, why would you include an emotional part of meditation? Isn't meditation supposed to be emotion-free? We're trying to get rid of our thoughts, get rid of our emotions, essentially get rid of our body, and just live in purely a state of mind. And I will tell you that this is a recipe for dissociation. And we don't really get rid of anything anyway. If we were to get rid of our emotion, it would go underground, so to speak. It would go subconscious, and then we would take those emotions out unwittingly on others. And in fact, I think that that's what you see a lot of today. You see a lot of inability to do the Christian thing of turning the other cheek. You see the exact opposite. You see, well, if you hurt me slightly, you see a lot more of, I will hurt you back as a result. You don't see anyone really stopping the flow of pain in the culture. You see an encouragement of pain's flourishing, and that I see as the exact opposite of what we want to do. What we want to do is learn how to deal with suffering, our suffering and the suffering of others, and de-escalate situations of violence. And sometimes I see the things that are happening in my country, and I think no one had to die in those situations because of the way that I've built my life around awareness. So you see something that's happening that could have been prevented, or a different outcome entirely. And I think we've needed to engender that in ourselves and resonate that in the world, a kind of capacity for de-escalation. And that's really what we do here on my channel, tuning in, slowing down, softening, and giving us a sense of space with which to digest life. So, that being said, I'm going to read a little bit from the book, The Space Between Us. This is by Peter Mitchell, and it's all about the awakening of the we space. From childhood, we're subtly trained to compare ourselves to others, to measure, to strive, to fit in. Uniqueness becomes a source of anxiety rather than celebration. We learn to hide our differences or to amplify them in ways that seek validation. But both hiding and performing keep us distant from genuine connection. When we abandon comparison and drop into the texture of our own life, something remarkable happens. We begin to feel real. And in that reality, we can sense the universal, the very thing we thought separated us, our individuality, turns out to be the very path into resonance with others. When we meet someone who is deeply themselves, not performing, not fixing, not seeking approval, we recognize it and sense an invitation to do the same. Something softens. A social mask begins to fall away. We feel a kind of welcome into presence, not just with that person, but with something larger, a field of awareness that doesn't belong to either of us, but arises between us. This is where interbeing begins, not by discarding ourselves, but by becoming so rooted in our authenticity that we no longer need to protect it. So we'll stop there today, gently closing your eyes. Tuning inside, we'll begin with some deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. On the out breath, dropping everything like a dog dropping a ball. In breath, feeling, out breath, dropping. Letting go of distress, tension, resistance on the out breath. Allowing your breath to reach all the way down into your pelvic floor, to your legs and feet. Very good. We'll do 3 more. And allowing your body now and your breathing to return to your usual way of breathing. Beginning to gently place your attention on your physical body and noticing your body sensations. You can feel your pulsing, tingling, temperature of your body, sense of subtle movement and aliveness. Streaming and presence. You can feel your body's contact with the earth underneath you, your body's connection with the planet. And you can begin the practice of feeling and softening on the in-breath, feeling your body. And on the out-breath, softening, melting down through your body and into the earth. And the melting and the softening can be like warm, healing honey that as it travels down through your body, cleanses, heals, purifies, makes whole. as it travels down both inside and outside your body, collecting energy as it travels, pushing out impurities in a very gentle way down your body and into the earth, where the earth receives that energy and transforms and recycles it. Feeling and softening is a very useful technique, especially in times of overwhelm or distress. You can always remember to come back to feeling and softening and then melting down into the earth. And now we'll bring our attention gently up and place our attention on our hearts, feeling your heart on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, softening and expanding your heart. Feeling and softening your heart. Heaven and earth meet and mix in our hearts, and there's always a warmth and tenderness there when we look and sense and feel. In breath, feeling your heart. Out breath, softening. And coming in contact with your emotions, you can notice what's emotionally present for you right now. And without making your emotions right or wrong, good or bad, just allowing yourself to feel a little bit in the shared space. Human beings are wired to feel things together due to the way we were made. We're not meant to feel things alone. So practice saying feeling things together is part of good emotional hygiene. And you could be feeling any of the 5 main cardinal emotions, like anger, sadness, fear, joy, or shame. And just noticing how you're feeling and allowing yourself to feel a little bit. You could also be feeling numb, which is a valid emotional experience. good. Just staying with your heart for a few more breath cycles, just feeling the heart space on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, softening your heart. Very good. And then bringing your attention up now into your head, feeling your head on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, softening in and around your head. You can, if you like, move your jaw, your jaw around. I tend to store, at times, stress in my jaw. And just feeling and softening in and around your skull. If you like, you can breathe into your third eye space between your eyebrows or your crown, the top of your head. Either place is okay, whichever feels correct for you. And just feeling and softening in and around your head. Coming in contact with your thoughts, you can notice how busy and active your mind is. And just learning to remain uninvolved with your thoughts. If you notice that you've been pulled into a thought and are actively thinking, you can always come back to feeling as a remedy. If we're overthinking, we tend to be under feeling. Just coming back to feeling your body, feeling your spine, feeling your body's connection to the earth for grounding and anchoring. Wonderful. And then from here, we can gently open our eyes. Opening your eyes, keeping your eyes soft. We'll take a moment of appreciation for the work we did with our eyes closed. And we'll begin now to work in the relational space with the eyes open. And every relationship has an inside and an outside, and it's important to practice feeling these spaces. So, on the in-breath, feeling around you, 360 degrees, and then on the out-breath, feeling inside you. And just practice noticing the distinction, feeling outside on the in-breath, and then back inside on the out-breath. Knowing where things are coming from is very useful in relationship. If it's coming from out here, or if it's coming from in here. Very useful. And we're not fooled or distracted by what we see, but we're having the combination of being able to see and feel together. Here, if you like, you can add in qualities to your practice. I've recently added a fourth quality. So, if you like, you can do one or two or all three or four qualities. It's up to you. But you can practice feeling love, compassion, gratitude, and forgiveness to your work. So on the in-breath, feeling love, compassion, gratitude, and forgiveness around you on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness towards yourself. And just practice sending and receiving those qualities, sending them out like a sun or a moon. And then on the out-breath, receiving them like a sponge. And our very breath and our very embodiment become a carrier wave of these qualities. Very good. And then from here we can set our prayers and our intentions for the day. I'll be quiet so you can do yours. Very good. May this work that we do transform our life, offering up healing and blessings, and ripple out into the community. Amen. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome day. Please click like and subscribe. It helps me out and helps get this message out into the world. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.